Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is going to be my quick review. Okay, I just finished watching You People on Netflix. Just finished, like maybe 30 minutes ago or whatever. And so I was like, let me get my thoughts out while it's fresh in my brain. Okay, I am not going to be on camera because I don't feel like being on camera. We can just talk or whatever. Okay, so I hope y'all have either already saw the movie or don't care about the fact that I'm going to spoil the movie, because it's going to be a conversation about my thoughts on the movie, what happened in the movie or whatever, and how I was a bit confused and conflicted when I was like, that's it? That's the movie that's what they was going to do? Okay. It was just like, whatever. But y'all know, first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to do what? Subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, and dot. Okay? Do not forget to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. Do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and on Twitter. Okay? Do not forget to like the video, comment in the comment section, and y'all know to share the video and all that stuff. Okay, so again, if you have not watched the movie, I am going to talk about what happened in the movie, meaning I'm going to spoil things in the movie. Don't y'all come in my comment section. Why you? I told you in the beginning what we here for. Okay, it's a review of the stuff. I'm gonna say what it is. Okay. Thank y'all to those who are here already. Okay, I out the blue said I'm gonna do a live. Okay. Hey my, that's my. Okay. And some hi to the people. Okay, hi to the people. Hi to the people. Okay, this is not gonna be no long review because the movie. First of all, let's get into it. The movie. Okay, I got my little notes here. Okay, it was directed by Kenya Barris. He co-wrote it with Jonah Hill. Okay, the cast includes Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, okay, Lauren London, Neil Long, and David Duchovny. Those are the main people in the movie. It's other folk too, but I was like they're the main ones. But in my opinion, it was really more of Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy, or whatever, and then Lauren London, and Julia, and stuff. Okay, it was just different. It was just different. Not in a good way, not in a bad way, just in that's what it was. So the main part of this movie is supposed to be about Jonah Hill and Lauren London's character who have met. Okay, she's Muslim, from a Muslim family. Okay, Jonah Hill was from a Jewish family. Okay, and them two finding love after he thought she was his Uber and she wasn't, and they went on a date and then they fell in love. It was cute. It was cute. But in my opinion, the whole time I was like, they don't have no chemistry. This was supposed to be a love story about these two people, and they kind of just seem just really, really friendly. Like, I think it's weird this is my opinion, when any movie that is supposed to be a love story between two individuals, I want to feel like, dang, are they dating in real life? There is some chemistry right there. I felt no chemistry. I also feel like I should have Googled when this was made, because a part of me feel like, was this made while Lauren was still grieving Nipsey? I love when they first went on a date. Okay, not the date, when he thought she was his Uber ride, and because the driver did look like her, and they then decided to still ride around together. I was like, oh, they playing Nipsey song. Okay, that was cute. So part of me wonder, when was this movie made? Like, what happened? Because it still felt a bit like, let's respect the fact that she just lost the love of her life, and while she may be back to acting, she don't feel comfortable being lovey-dovey with anybody. So I felt like the hugs were friendly, the kisses were friendly, and to me, I did not like that in this movie. Not saying either of them was acting bad. The acting was fine, but to me, they did not convey a truly in love, kismet, soulmates. Just because they both like sneakers, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean nothing. I missed the love of it all. Okay. And I was like, I agree, Cynthia. Him doing a podcast with the friend who, I loved her because she's on the show Bust Down, that's on Peacock. So I do love that person. I don't know if she go by I think she go by she, but clearly she's a lesbian. Okay, a bit of a stud lesbian. That's not the point. The point is, yeah, and to me, they had more chemistry and seemed more genuine than Lauren and Jonah, who were supposed to be this couple. I also read all in. I feel like the preview and the little trailer for the movie, it made you think this was a comedy. It was going to be a comedy about an interracial couple, their parents, and how that all plays out. And there wasn't much comedy in it. I laughed maybe 2 times, maybe 3. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it was. Mm, I don't know. Okay. And I feel like, yeah, I know, because Jonah actually skipped out on some of the um media stuff because of his anxiety. But I also feel like, if it's supposed to be a rom-com, a lovers, whatever, like, I just need y'all to seem like y'all are in love, but maybe it's supposed to be a different look at how love looks. I don't know. It just isn't what I expected. I enjoyed the movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm saying, based on the preview, based on the clips we saw when they was, trying to premiere the movie or whatever, it came off different. So when I watched it and I didn't laugh much, I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Now, we also have the relationship with the parents. Now, Nia Long and Eddie Murphy plays Lauren London's parents. Now, I feel like Nia Long was an afterthought. Was her scenes cut, or did she not really have much, you know, lines in the movie? When she was on screen, it was great, but she was literally a supporting actress or whatever. I was like, you know. And to me, Eddie Murphy's character, who is this? His name was Akbar, but his real name was Woody. he's just a Muslim, and he's just so against Jonah Hill's character because he's white. It's literally because he's white. And I was like, okay. At parts, it also felt like Eddie was doing a lot of improv. Sometimes with these movies, directors and producers or whatever will let, seasoned, you know, amazing, great actors who are comedic actors, riff a little bit, say improv a little bit. So some of the scenes I could tell, okay, that was them allowing Eddie to do some improv. Okay, do some improv, it'll be funny. We'll leave it in. It's fine. And so I was like, oh, okay. But the movie was like 2 hours. I did not think it needed to be 2 hours. It could have cut off for like an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 32 minutes or whatever. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was just too long a little bit for me. But I watched half last night and I finished the other half today. Okay. But as a couple, I also felt like I want to kneel on. I want to kneel on to, have conversations too. And we just didn't get much, Now when Neil Long told Lauren London, go get my purse, baby. I got slave receipts in my purse. I said, girl, not the slave receipts. That made me laugh. Because you know what I'm saying? Somebody may have slave receipts in their purse. So that made me chuckle. I was like, not slave receipts. So that was funny. I like that scene. Okay. Even in this scene here where Eddie Murphy told her, your white granddaddy is the reason that our daughter is trying to marry this white man, and that I chuckled a little bit. I just did not laugh as much as I thought I would have in the movie. Now we also had Julia and David Duchovny, who played Jonah Hill's parents. I don't know why the daddy was so obsessed with Exhibit. Is that the only black person he know? I'm like, is that all he know? Okay, I guess so. I'm like, then the fact that the daddy was the daddy was sitting there singing "Ordinary People" by John Legend. I'm like, why is he singing "We Are Ordinary People" to the lady? What is going on? It's like that's so that part again made me chuckle. It made me chuckle. Even in the car with the mama singing, "I'll rise up." I was like, why are you singing? What? Okay. And it was just like it was yeah. Now I do feel like Julia's character and Eddie's character were made to be against each other. Meaning she was a white woman, she was Jewish, and she felt how she felt. She don't know much about black people at all. At all. And just how she came off like she wasn't racist. However, she was very offensive because of her assumptions, because of her questions. So to me, that was the role she played. The same way as with Eddie Murphy's character, he was also offensive. Not fully racist, a bit racist, because Eddie Murphy's character was like, I'm black. I'm blackly black, y'all. Okay. I'm blackly black, and blackly black. And so anything that I feel isn't a part of my blackness, I don't like it. You're white. You don't get it. You never will get it. You're around here dating my black daughter. Okay. I don't like it. And things that he said and did, I'm like, oh, Eddie. Don't do that. So I also feel like because Eddie Murphy's character and Julia's character were so offensively in their own bubble, their spouses were just backdrops. him saying, kneel to get my purse, baby, got my slave receipts. And my white granddaddy, in the time my kids spent with my white grandfather, they got some this, okay, whatever. And then David Duchovny's character, again, always mentioned in the exhibit and singing ordinary people. I'm like, he's on the piano singing, we're just ordinary people. That was funny. I wish it was more funny stuff than so seriously, offensively ignorant, but not with any malice intent behind it. Because you could tell Julia wasn't trying to be offensive, but it was offensive. It's just like with Aiden's character, he wasn't trying to be offensive, but he said what he said, he meant it. And if it's offended you, well, oh well, I'm black and I can offend whoever because I happen to like. It was that. Even the comparison of Holocaust and I'm like, not comparing the Holocaust and slavery. I was like, what? What we all suffered, but we suffered, girl. Anyway. So, those were the characters. Now, again, the movie was more about Eddie Murphy, and him trying to basically break Jonah Hill's character down, because Jonah Hill, I think his name was Ezra, who wants to marry, Lauren London. They're in love, they didn't seem like it. Again, I want to reiterate, they had no chemistry. They had chemistry of two friends who love each other because they're great friends. There was no, and I guess you don't really have to have sexual chemistry or sexual a connection to make it seem like y'all are so in love. It's cutesy wootsy. They had a cutesy wootsy kind of love. Okay, cutesy, like, I don't really sleep with people all the time or whatever at all. So we go together, is what she told him. Okay, you're my boo. Okay. I guess so. But the Eddie Murphy round here, and it was offensive. Okay. Him taking him to the barbershop, because they, it's based in LA. He took him to a Crips barbershop when the man is wearing all red. Look at that man killed. And then I felt like this whole scene was a bit of improv, because the one dude, like, hey, white boy, take that hoodie off because it's red. We in the blue, we blue around here. And Eddie went into a spiral conversation about, if you take the hoodie off, okay, basically you're gonna be in prison and you're gonna be their bitch. And I was like, why you bring again? It was a lot of Eddie Murphy trying to make Ezra uncomfortable as possible. Okay. Because he again felt like, you white, you can't possibly be with my daughter. And I was like, okay. Took him to a basketball court, thinking he couldn't play basketball. He played basketball. Because Jonah Hill's character was this, he happens to be white. However, he's very open-minded within the black culture, or in culture in general. So it almost made it seem like, well, I'm white, but I'm black adjacent, because I understand the plight of black people. I have black friends. I have white friends too. But I'm also a bit of I'm a sneakerhead or whatever. It was like, right. They in there all blue with a red a red wall. I was like, yeah, not look. I don't want anyone to think that there are no laughs in this movie. There are some laughs in this movie. There just was not enough laughs to make me feel like it's what I expected. But in the synagogue, when the mama here was fussing or whatever, I'm like, why are y'all fussing in the synagogue? What is going on or whatever? And then even a dentist who asked him, hey, let's go in the bathroom real quick and let me, look at your dick. I'm like, why? I thought he was a rabbi who did seeing bar mitzvah. I'm like, what is going on? But yeah, they also had a lot, because I could not point out, the Caucasianist actors. Okay, the only person I remember seeing was, I think her name was Leah Pearlman, who I think she might have done the DeVito, but I do know there were other Caucasianist people who are popular, or I don't want to say historic or whatever, I'm saying, or they famous or whatever, who were there too. But the synagogue scene was funny too. Like, yeah, the damn dentist just asked, look at my dick. And Julie said, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He has not been arrested yet, okay? But he isn't. I was like, girl, come on now. It was funny, okay? Now, I just felt like Eddie and Jonah's scenes were a lot of improv of Eddie trying to make Jonah feel uncomfortable. Now, with Julia and Lauren London scenes, Julia again trying to connect to Lauren, but just being offensive. Like, because she don't know nothing and it's very offensive. And then not only that, with Lauren trying to just be respectful and I say, lady, what are you talking about? Lady, stop. What is you doing? Okay. And so that was cringy, but also I think it's true in some form that some people do not know how to be around black folk. And the scene where Lauren finally went off or whatever, or not run off, but she just, let her know you're doing too much. She was like, I'm not a toy. You can't be also happy you have this new black toy to show off to your white friends because you feel like now it's cool to be, I'm saying, to be around black people. I liked that realness of that's how you made me feel. Like I'm your toy and you're gonna look at my hair and ask these questions. Girl, even damn, because I did see the bachelor party, and even the bachelorette party, because Eddie Murphy going to that man bachelor party just to make sure he don't have fun, and Ezra and them, I guess they do cocaine, and that cocaine, and he can't have any fun because his future wife's father's there, and and they was like, Ezra, where's your cocaine connection? Call him. And I'm like, what? He like, I don't have a connection. Yes, you do, remember? And it's like your friends don't think, hey, that's the father-in-law. Maybe not bring up my coke habit, not a coke habit, but at one time I did coke or whatever. So, that part was like, Lord Jesus Christ. But it was just a lot of back and forth. And then at the Bachelorette's retreat, where they had Lala. I think I got a picture. Lala and Carisha, where the guest starring thing, they didn't have any lines or whatever. But when Julia Hand got caught and pulled off Carisha wig, I was like, bitch, what? But again, it was like she didn't do it on purpose. Her hand literally caught the wig, but they were playing hangman and a 7-letter word, that end and S for dancing folk or whatever. You mean the N word? Is it the N word? I meant Nicaraguans. And I was like, man, no, it was dancers. So again, it was just these uncomfortable, weirded out scenes between the people that just did not make no sense to me. Even the scene they at the dang on the spy thing, and Julia again, because she's with somebody black, okay, anybody or anything somebody do now was racist. And I have to call it out because I'm white and she's black. And it's like, ma'am, no, she wasn't even being racist. Okay. And to me, it was a look into how both black people and white people can be offensive to the other. Because both Julia's character and Eddie Murphy's character were, two nickels of the same coin, truthfully, honestly, to me. Um, it just felt like who can outrace the other? Because I feel this way, you feel that way. I feel I'm right, you feel you right. And both parents with Eddie and Julia forgot it was supposed to be about their kids being happy and in love and getting married. Now, the fact that Jonah Hill took Eddie and Mia to Roscoe's to ask for the girl, I was like, not Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. whatever, okay? But all of the stuff they go through, whatever, their parents' actions make them start fussing because she think, well, your mom's to this, well, your dad's to that. And then they end up, you know what I'm saying, kind of getting fussed out because it's a lot. It was a lot. We do see like after the little wedding rehearsal or whatever, both confront the person. You know, Jonah confronting Eddie. We see Lauren confronting Julia and how they made them feel. Where Jonah was like, I know your point and you trying to stick it out that I would never know what it feels like to be a black person, but I do know what it feels. I do know what an asshole is. Meaning you've been an asshole to me. You're purposely trying to do stuff to push me away from your daughter, but all I did was love your daughter. That was really it. Because in hindsight, Jonah was not a bad guy, but Eddie treated him as such. Because why? Because he's white. The same way Jonah's mama, Julia, treated Lauren like a toy because some people treat black people like a toy. Oh, your hair, oh, your skin, oh, or whatever it may be, oh, your life, oh, this and oh, that. Even the point to where Lauren's character is a costume designer and she's been working her butt off, to get, to get to where she wants to be. And when she goes up for a job, she doesn't get it. They want to go with somebody different because the people ask her, "Oh, did you go to Harvard?" No, I went to Howard. It's like the Black Harvard, and we see them. Oh, meaning you're not good enough to work with me because you went to Howard and not a Harvard. Okay, even though she was qualified, and when she's upset that she did not get a job. And they're also they're fussing back and forth. And when Jonah Hill's character says, "Oh, babe, I can call my friend, I can call whoever the people was. Okay, I can call so and so, and I can put the word in and get you some job." She's like, "No, I worked my ass off to get myself where I need to be. I don't need you coming up in here trying to save me with a phone call." So the issues via their parents spill over into their happy lives to where they're both like, "Well, are we happy? Can this work out? Because your mama and your daddy, what I'm saying, is not working out." Only for the mama and daddy to realize, "Oh, we fucked up." Yes, she did. Okay, yes, she did. Y'all pushed them apart to where they broke up. Okay. And then not until both Eddie's character and Julia's character is listening to Jonah Hill's podcast where he's talking about how he this whatever, I can't think of what it was, and they both were like, "Well, damn, we fucked up." Yes, you did, you fucked up. Now there was also a cameo from Mike Epps who played Eddie's brother, who told him like, "Well, you did too much. You rolled that man hard for no real reason, and you played not only him but your daughter because your daughter was happy, and you talk about him as if you did not do your dirt back in the day too. Your name not even Akbar. Your name was Woody. Okay, that's so it was again. The movie had good parts. I do suggest people to watch it, but I feel like because I watched it with the interpretation of this being a rom-com comedy, and I just did not laugh enough through it. Now maybe I'll rewatch it in a day, maybe next weekend or whatever, to see if I missed the mark because I really watched it. I was excited to watch it, and as I got about an hour in, and I'm like, damn, I haven't really laughed, but like maybe two times or whatever. I was like, am I tripping? So I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. And usually for me, I will fully watch a movie all the way through, and I didn't do this for this one. I watched part yesterday and then part today. It's a good movie. It has some good elements. Um, it wasn't funny enough for me. Um, Again, the funniest part to me was David Duchovny singing "We're Just Ordinary" because he was really. I was like, girl, where's going on? And the fact that Lauren was looking like it's okay because Jonah was like, what the fuck? I don't. It's okay. It's okay. So that was very funny to me. Again, Neil Long will get this laid. My favorite season of Purse was funny to me. But those are the only 2 times I remember laughing. Um, so I don't know. He did lie throughout the movie that was like that worked on. Yeah, because he was working like in was he a bro? He was a broker. He hated his job. He really wanted to do this podcast. He had a horrible boss. The boss was horrible. If you look at the boss's screen when Jonah Hill went in there to quit, he's looking at like a paper that says people in Wakanda don't pay taxes white as you. I'm like, nigga, what? Okay. But anyway, he did lie about like, oh yeah, I quit my job and it was amazing. I still know you went in there like a coochie, okay, and gave the paper and then ran out. So that was kind of a lie. Even the fact that things did not go well at the bachelor party, that was a lie. I still wonder, does he do cocaine now? Because if he, this is the thing. I don't want anyone in my life who was like an active cocaine user. If you used to do it a long time ago, you stopped because you know that ain't you, that's cool. But I'm like, do you do cocaine? Okay. I don't know. So that was, a little weird. Eh, even the whole thing, the ring he proposed with was a little ring. And so he told her, yes, my grandma's Holocaust ring. I'm like, but that was a lie. It was a small ring. So I don't know. I don't know. They broke up for like 3 months and then got back together when Eddie character and Julia's character talked off camera. I wish we could have seen their conversation. They both apologized to their children, to the other, whatever, and then the people walked in the sneaker store, and then they got married. So they literally got married in a sneaker store, okay, where they had one of their dates. And it was, a big thing. And they then played Niggas in Paris. I was like, what? And at one point, a scene in the car where the song Niggas in Paris comes on, with Jay-Z and Kanye. And Jonah, oh, I love this song. Oh, you do? Now, what's the name of the song? And Jonah not being able, people in Paris, two gentlemen it's called Negroes in Paris. Okay. So that was the song that played when they got married at the end. Look, y'all can watch the movie. You can. It's not bad. It's not a bad movie at all. However, if you see the preview of it, the preview makes you believe this is a funny comedy because Eddie is funny. Jonah movies usually are funny, and I like weird, funny stuff. I like these weird rom-coms. I love Vince Vaughn. I love weird Will Ferrell. You know what I'm saying? I love these weird white people movies or whatever. And so that's to me what Jonah Hill is. So I thought this would be funny too. Eddie's funny. Mike Epps is sometimes funny. I just didn't find this funny. I didn't laugh enough. Maybe I need to get high. I don't get high. But I feel like, am I supposed to have a contact high? Yeah, Jonah's sister, who was a lesbian, who made glasses out of was it like pop bottles? I don't know. That was whatever. It was just, it was an okay movie. It was just okay. It just was not what I expected. And maybe my expectations were too high. I was on the fence about watching this. I would give it a try. I don't usually like the race-based humor because it can be offensive and dated. And in my opinion, too much of the humor was supposed to be based on, this white lady and her not, it's supposed to be hilarious that this white lady is asking Lauren, oh, I love your hair and your braids and your nails. And okay. And he like, oh my God, like her earlobes too. So again, her overly liking everything about this because she's Black. And at one point, Lauren wanted to say, like, you don't see me as me. You see me as this Black person who's a toy and not just seeing me for who I am. Okay. And so I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was a lot of conversation. There were full on conversations about race stuff, this way or the other. And I felt like some of those scenes went on too long without any funny punchline to it. So, mm. And it's supposed to be a comedy. I just didn't laugh enough. Yeah, I said earlier there was not chemistry. They seem like two really good friends. And the weird part is, even with all the cons I have about this movie, it's still something I want people to watch. I still think the acting in it was good. I don't know if it's the directing that is an issue, or if it was the story that was the issue. But the main thing I first realized is, once Lauren and Jonah was like dating, there was just friendship there. Um, I also feel like in these movies, you don't have to have these freaky deaky, dick gurgling scenes, dick gurgling. But I do feel like there needs to be genuine hugs, genuine kisses, because usually that's what couples do. And each time they were like greeting each other, it was just a hug. And I feel like that's not realistic. Even if you're not an overly sexual person, there just wasn't, you know what I'm saying, enough for me. So that was like, yes, this movie should have been hysterical. Kim Whitley was in it, and even her, I was like, why is she talking about getting married one time at a store? It was something. I was like, what that got to do? What? And even Mike Epps, who had two scenes, well, maybe three. It was the one scene of him being introduced to Jonah Hill. He then gave a quick little toast about, yeah, you don't date somebody who's married. It was I don't know what it was. And then the last scene was like a for real thing of him telling Eddie Murphy he did too much. You know, we did too much. So it was weird because I was talking to because I was talking to him about it, and I was like, I don't think you're gonna like it, because we like to warn, like we watch movies and then we'll say if we think the other one will like it, and I'm like, I don't think you'll like it because it just, I don't know. Mm. Not Jonah Hill. I don't think Jonah Hill's ugly. Jonah Hill isn't even cute, and Rachel Meredith aren't abnormal, but we do have standards there. But see, this is the thing. I also feel like we can't make it seem like only, extremely gorgeous looking white people are able to get or date, a black person. I feel like there are many couples who look like Jonah Hill and Lauren London. So I don't want to make it seem as if he doesn't look like someone that someone would date. I think Jonah Hill, you know, I don't find him unattractive, but I also wouldn't date him. But I can also see him getting a pretty black girlfriend. So yeah. Um keeping in mind that Kenya Barris is the producer, it had many of the black-ish elements in a full-blown movie version. I think I agree. I agree with that, but I also feel like it's not fully his fault. There's something within all of this movie didn't resonate with me at all. I remember the movie with Lance. I remember that it was a long time. I remember maybe like 10 years ago, whatever. It was funny, and that was the first thing as I was watching this. I was like, yeah, it's not funny. And there's not enough chemistry between Lauren and Jonah for me to feel like, oh, I want to keep watching this. yeah, I want to keep watching this. That's what I want to do. And I think this scene, I was like, okay, not okay, really, the black man in the barber shop, and then Anthony Anderson who played the barber, whatever. And they're just like, no. First of all, Jonah would not go get a haircut at a black barber because of how he wears his hair. Eddie Murphy hair did not even need a haircut or a lineup. So I was like, that's not even real. Okay. Um, or whatever. But for them to just end up getting married, on some random day at the shoe store, okay, that their parents clearly planned. It was a big flower made of the first shoe they wore together. But I just felt like the movie lacked comedy. It just lacked comedy. It lacked even the fact that there was not enough scenes, in my opinion, between Nia Long and Eddie Murphy. David Duchovny, who played the father, I'm like, where he at? So it was a lot, and not enough at the same time. Okay, it was the writer because that's how he writes for everything he does. A lot of big names, and for your faces doing a whole lot of nothing. Kenya always goes low for low hanging fruit. Oh, y'all complain? Is it Kenya Bear's fault? Aww. I always say Kenya Bear's production isn't really for black people. He got lucky with black because every actor had great delivery and comedic timing. But that's the thing. This movie had that too, and it still didn't work for me. So that's the part I didn't get because it was an amazing cast. It was an amazing cast. I still love Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld. So I've always felt like she's freaking hilarious. David Duchovny was funny too. The fact it was him and Zeb in that goddamn song, singing "Ordinary People." Him singing "Ordinary People" will probably be the highlight of the movie because it was so out the blue and then funny because he was really singing it off key and all. It was funny. Okay, it was funny. And so I was just like, it was just, so I'm not saying people should not go see it, or not go, because you can watch from home. I'm not saying that y'all should not watch it if you have not watched it, but I would be interested to know for those of y'all who have watched it, we are aware that for most of us, it was not funny. However, if this was not promoted as a supposed to be comedy, I would have went into it differently and maybe would have enjoyed it more. Because watching it, I enjoyed watching it. I just didn't laugh. And at some point, I also feel like the movie was like monotone at some points. So that could be an issue. But I would probably watch it a second time, either maybe later next week or whatever, just if I'm bored. But if I had to rate the movie from a 1 to a 10, it was a good 5.5, 6. Yeah, the conversations were good. I just wanted a little bit more chuckle. So the conversations were fine, but they just weren't funny. Hey, Shannon! I felt like Eddie's role was supposed to be Charlie Murphy's. Oh, yes, because of Eddie, because Charlie Murphy has a different delivery. Eddie Murphy, and any of y'all remember Eddie Murphy in Boomerang? Eddie Murphy in Boomerang, when he was talking to Halle Berry as they were falling asleep, that's how he talked sometimes throughout this movie. And I was like, oh, okay. Okay. I agree. The music was good. The music was good. Each one acting individually was fine. I also like seeing Nia back. I like seeing Nia back. I love seeing Lauren back or whatever. It was, I mentioned earlier, it was too long. It was, the movie was 2 hours. It was literally 2 hours long. And I was like, okay. It is like the movie Guess Who, and Guess Who was also like a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. It's all kind of the same thing, you know. Black and white people bringing somebody to the table that's not of their race, and then let's see what happens. But you just expect, I guess, more laughs, and that's what I'm saying. I do wonder when the movie was like, when did they record? When did the movie? You people. I do wonder, like, when did they make it? Does it feel like, did they make the movie, in 2020 and it just came out now? Did they make the movie in 2022? I just wonder when it don't get options. So, it's just, I just wonder. Okay. The cast as a whole did not have good chemistry. Well, see, I felt like Mia and Eddie's character at the restaurant was good chemistry. It was good back and forth. It was the fact that the good chemistry scenes weren't cohesive. Because this scene, I chuckled about the white grandfather coming back to haunt people. That chuckled. I did not laugh with the niggas in Paris in the car. That was not funny to me. The mama singing "You," I kind of chuckled a little bit, but I felt like, are they trying to have the same? Do these white people keep singing to her? Because we had just seen the daddy singing to her, and now the mom singing to her. You know what I'm saying? That was whatever. Even the spa scene of Julia trying to say, "Oh, we walked in and the lady kind of thing did not, get the phone to address us." But this white woman comes in, "Oh, hi, you look great," and the white woman walks in the back, and now Julia's pissed. This was racist. She's like, what are you talking about? I am here I'm going to be the mother of this black woman, and we are here together. And then turns out the white woman who she let go to the back works there and went in the back to put on her uniform to come up front to work the front desk. So, you're calling things racism when that wasn't what it was. It was filmed in October. That was like 2 days ago. I can't blame the fact that it was a long time ago. I can't do that. But this to me was also a scene about feeling like she used me as a toy. Because let me use the fact that I am going to be the mother-in-law to this black woman to say that you're being racist to us. And that was not the case at all. At all. So that, it was just a bit, disjointed, if basically. It just and I'm not, I just don't. I love this scene of Lauren just being honest about how the mama made her feel. That was amazing to me. I also didn't mind, Jonah, like, you just don't like me. You don't like, and you never have, and you haven't really tried to get to know me. But my thing was, Eddie Murphy did not like Jonah Hill mainly because you white. I don't like you because you're white. He had other reasons eventually, because if I find out that you were doing cocaine and pooping on yourself, that okay, whatever. But the main reason in the beginning was because he's white. Even Julia just trying to, I won't say cultural appropriation, because she was trying to fit in, trying to feel like she knew what it was or who Lauren's character was, and are those wine curls? Because after the bachelorette party, I went down a deep dive into women in black hair and how all this is so girl. What I don't need you to deep dive into black people's hair because I happen to be a black woman. Because why do you need to understand me and my hair? You know, so I don't know. I don't know. Again, y'all can watch it for yourselves, and that's it. You know, and maybe it's a story of two people who find love in a hopeless place, and it's not supposed to be about this overly emotional connection. But for them, like, did you miss me as much as I missed you? I felt like, oh, you missed your best friend because y'all been, separated for a while. It's like there was never even this deep, loving kiss between these two people who are supposed to be so in love that they were miserable, apart. So, I mean, it was an okay movie. That's it though. That's all I gotta go. I just, I felt conflicted and I'm like, I don't know what to do or what to say. But, these people around here made a movie and I watched it and I guess that's all. So if you have not saw the movie, once you see the movie, come back and tell me what you think. Okay. And if you have seen the movie, and this is for people who are watching, the replay, put in the comment section what your thoughts on the movie were. Because I still feel like I don't know what I watched. Right. It was, some awkward hugs and small pecks. And I'm like, even their sex scene was like they were laying in the bed with socks and under these thick ass covers or whatever, and their feet are like separated and they're talking under the cover because it's cute over the cover or whatever. And then their feet start to, entangle. And I'm like, oh, that mean they had sex. Okay. So again, it was that thing to it's like they're both Jonah and Lauren London not want to really get physical because of their own boundaries. And because they both felt that way, they were both comfortable with this non contact love story. And it will be just the little stuff, a hug, a peck on the cheek, a little kiss here and there. And that was it. I just needed more. Okay, I just needed more. But I'm gonna let y'all be because it's been long enough. Okay, I am done. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird. Do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter. And y'all know to like the video, comment in the comment section, and also hit that share button. So for me, you people on Netflix review, okay. Again, I would give it a 5.5, maybe a 6, because the movie itself is not bad. I just expected more laughter. Okay. So again, a good 5.5, and that's out of a 10. From 1 to 10, it's a 5.5, a 6 because of the ordinary people singing. But other than that, y'all, I gotta go. I love you all. I gotta go. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.